Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 20 of the Pro Wrestling Noah TEW 2020 series here on the channel. So, we are doing our second ever Global Tag League, and my god, it is stacked. 10 teams battling out to determine who will be the Global Tag League winner, and depending on who is the winner, they will either get a title shot, or if it's the champions in Diamond Ring, they will get to choose their challenger for the next show, as well as also there will be, as far as tag leagues go, this has got to be the best one, on paper at least, that you'll probably see on the channel. I would argue there's 9 teams that are gonna do just amazing ratings. And there's one outlier team, but I think it's still gonna be a fun team to throw in to the tag league, as we'll go through the standings here as who will be the 10 teams. The invasion team, the outsider team, if you will, Bob Sapp and Bobby Lashley. Holy shit. I was just kind of thinking of what could be a fun team to bring in that would really shake things up and to be, kind of like an outlier of the other teams. I was just kind of looking through the workers list and just kind of thinking, like, what we could do. And just seeing Bobby Lashley and Bob Sapp there, it's like, fuck it, why not have them team up and it'd be awesome. Did I expect when I signed Bob Sapp that he could only work 8-minute matches? No, as far as like tag team matches go, I figured he would be able to do something along the lines of 12 to 15, but not 8. So there is that. Actually, I think it might be 6 official minutes of in ring action, but then there's the 2 minutes of the entrances, which is crazy. But yeah, Bob Sapp, Bobby Lashley as the first team. Then, of course, the champions of Diamond Ring, Kento Miyahara and Katsuhiko Nakajima. Kenta and Minoru Suzuki will be teaming up for Suzuki-gun. That should be fun. And then Kenta Kobashi and Go Shiozaki. Of course, Go Shiozaki, the JC Heavyweight Champion. As that's going to be a fun team as well. Obviously, they've been in last year's Tag League. As the Kings of Wrestling, of course, the former champions who just lost to Diamond Ring, looking to maybe bounce back and get a win here and to challenge them for a rematch. Definitely, they have the talent to do it. We'll see if they can actually pull it off, though. Snami Jumar Fuji and Jun Akiyama. The 16, the Muscle Bombers. No Limit of Tetsuya Naito and Yujiro Takahashi. Yujiro making his Pro Wrestling Noah debut. And the Strong Big Japan and the Strong Pillars of Violence of Shuji Ishikawa and Tomaki Honma. Yeah, Strong Big Japan, of course, and Strong Pillars of Violence are part of the stable. So there'll be a little stable in, I guess, just I wouldn't say just a rift, but just a battle between who would be the better of the 2 teams of the stable. That should be a lot of fun. But yeah, I mean, you're looking at so many of these teams have like excellent chemistry. A lot of them pull some very, very good ratings, I think, and this should be just a crazy ass tag league. I mean, it's hard to pick a winner out of these 10 teams. It's hard to determine who's going to win this thing, and I think that's very awesome to see that going into a tag league when you really have no idea who's going to win this thing. Just looking at that list, as we're already at the first day, so we'll just go ahead and get this show on the road here. Let's waste no time. Of course, we're going to have to book 10 shows for this. As yeah, we're probably going to start off in Jinju Stadium. That's probably for the best, it being a big time show like this. As Daisuke passing on microphone work to his protege, Yuji Kobayashi. Perfect. So we already know, obviously, we already got the lineup set, but we just need one more match to make this an even 6. So last year's was at the Sayama Super Arena, which drew 35,000, and we had an 80 main event, which was Go and Kobashi against Kenta and Yoshihiro Takayama. We'll see what happens this time around. I'm not sure exactly what will be the main, as, I like, as far as Strong Pillars of Violence versus Strong Big Japan, I think that's a fun main event. Yeah, we have it going 23 with Daisuke beating Shuji Ishikawa. Pretty good match. I think probably could give this a little bit more time. We'll just kind of see how everything else falls into place. As far as the co-main, that's a tough question, because I really like this No Limit Kings of Wrestling match, but also want to put the champs in the co-main spot as well. It's tough. I think I'm going to go with that, though. I think I'm going to go with the co-main being the champs against Brave of Amy Jamar Fuji and Jun Akiyama. Which, again, that's another stable as 2 teams in this, as Jun Akiyama is going to beat Kento Miyahara, and that's going to be a big win for Brave, as that's going to be a future title match there as big time win. And GHC Tag Team Champions losing in the first night, as it seems like it's a tradition at this point with me booking these, at least any type of global league, or even just the round robin tournaments in general. If you want to go with the New Japan Series as well, I guess I just like having those champs lose the first night. And yeah, we got Chris Hero and Claudia beating No Limit, which that makes a lot of sense there. We'll see how Yujiro does as far as in Pro Wrestling Noah. Then the Muscle Bombers is Kenta, Minoru Suzuki as Kenta's going to beat Yuji Hino, and Suzuki-gun's going to beat Muscle Bombers there. Then the opener, going 6 minutes. We said it, Steal the Shows. Go's going to beat Bobby Lashley there. Lashley doesn't have any pop in Japan, but I'm very curious to see how he's going to do. And as far as what's going to be the actual opener, thinking an actual singles match would probably be a good idea. Maybe a Young Lion versus Established Guy match, or maybe Young Lion, if we're really feeling, I guess, frisky. And yeah, we could have Sasuke beat, like, Koji Yamato. I don't see no harm in that. I don't know why at tournaments. I'll say it's never been done before. Sasuke will be getting the win. That was hilarious how that went, as I'm glad I caught that. I don't know how that happened, but so I think there's going to be, it's a sellout in Jinju Stadium, not that much, but I think we're about 20,000 shy to sell out the Tokyo Dome at this point. Well, I'm just kind of curious. So just Yujiro and Yuji Hino's being used too much. Everybody else is good to go. Let's run the first show here. 52 for the opener. Sasuke with the Thunderfire Powerbomb over Koji Yamato in 10:29. In the 65 is, oh my god, pops up with a 25. Jesus Christ. As Go pinning Lashley with the Go Flasher. Yeah, I mean, that makes about, that's pretty much sums up what Bob Sapp would be doing as far as in-ring performance-wise in 2013. Not great. Not great at all. As an 81, though, for the Muscle Bombers Kenta Suzuki match, as Kenta pins Yuji Hino with the Go to Sleep in 25:42. So 88s for Kenta Morishima, which is awesome. Wrong team won there. Should have been Muscle Bombers, but that's okay. It's alright. 88, though, Jesus Christ. As, yeah, I mean, there's, Naito and Yujiro have great chemistry, so do Kings of Wrestling. Just works out. Definitely should have had this been the main. But that's okay. As Hero taps out Yujiro with the Hangman's Clutch. Yep. Yujiro with the 66. Figured so. Figured he'd be around the mid-60s, maybe even low 70s. We'll take that. 79 for the co-main. As Jun Akiyama pins Kento Miyahara. Even though Jun Akiyama was the worst guy in the match. Wasn't even close, but he needs some wins. So figured we'd have him hit the exploder on Kento Miyahara and get the win there. As for the main event, it's an 81. Couldn't do it. It's, there's a lot of good ratings there. Just wasn't enough, as Daisuke with the Bridging German suplex over Shuji Ishikawa in 23:12. A lot of good ratings, though. 86 for Daisuke, 85 for Yujiro Kobayashi, 81 for Shuji Ishikawa, and 78 for Honma. Honma was the worst guy in the match, with a 78. As, yeah, that's a great first day. Sure, Kings of Wrestling should main event every show, but we try to get some variety in there. As far as who to put over, it's a great question. As, well, let's see, Daisuke, he can get some points going his way. Oh, I think as far as, maybe Go. I'm just trying to go all around here, try to hit everybody. Please, please, and please. Perfect. First day in the books. We have already, a couple of big-time wins for some teams, especially Naomichi Marufuji and Jun Akiyama beating the tag champs on the first night. Of course, we have a long ways to go, as each, there'll be, I think, the only back-to-back day is 4 and 5, and also the last day of the tag league, and the actual last, the Great Voyage show. But other than that, we have a good bit of days. Well, I think maybe it's just one day, actually, in between each. But we're almost at 20 million, which is crazy to me. And, yep, about 600,000 people tuning in. I don't mind that at all. As on to day 2. Alright, day 2 probably won't be in Kanto. And Bison Smith as he's on the way out, as he was brought before wrestler's court accused of making a mess backstage and not cleaning it up, annoying everyone else. Sakuraba laying the hammer down. We should probably have him open the show with some losses here this tour. That would make sense, as, yeah, let's see here. Probably, as far as we haven't ran here since January, we could probably find a venue that will fit 1,500. Yep. Oh, there's one. Oh, that's 2,500. Never mind. Oh, there we go. Yeah, Sports Center. As far as the main event, it will be Kenta and Suzuki against Kings of Wrestling. And how about that? What a win for Suzuki-gun, as they're going to beat the Kings of Wrestling there. It's a big-time win. Kenta's going to beat Hero, too. Yeah, it's going to be 28 minutes. Tough loss for Kings of Wrestling there. Then, Nakajima in Miyahara. Kenta, Kobashi, and Go Shiozaki. That's probably going to be actually a little later. Oh, I think this match should be the co-main. Strong Pills of Violence versus the Muscle Bombers. Big win for the Strong Pills of Violence here. They're going to beat Yuji Hino as the Muscle Bombers are going to start off 0-2. Slow start for them. A lot of tournament left. That's a big win, though, for the Strong Pills of Violence. Then we could finally book the tag champs against Kobashi and Go Shiozaki. And how about that? Nakajima's going to beat Go Shiozaki, pinning the GHC Heavyweight Champion. That's a big-time win for Nakajima. He had No Limit Strong Big Japan, which should be actually a really good match, as Yuji Okabayashi is going to beat Yujiro Takahashi there, and that's going to be a 0-2 start for No Limit as well. Strong Big Japan getting the win. Of course, the match is going to go 6 minutes. Mafuji's going to pin Bob Sapp. I'm not sure exactly how that's going to go about. I don't, I guess we can, I guess a Sharon use a solid finish for Bob Sapp to take, but it's just kind of funny. An interesting visual, as, let's see, Bison Smith. Who can he beat? Or who could he lose to, rather? I mean, do we just throw Walter out there and just, he beats him? He beat him at the Great Voyage Tour Day 8 to really kick off that he was leaving. I guess we could have it again. Maybe that's a little too soon, though. Trying to think who else could use a win here. It's not a lot of guys. We're really kind of bumping up the card. That's a heavyweight. I guess Sato. Actually, Sakuraba. I love him, but having him loan out so much with New Japan, I'm always nervous about booking him in tournaments, because, like, what if New Japan kind of puts the kibosh on it, and it's like, we won't let him take him back, because he only had 1 day left, so might as well just get that out of the way, and have him just beat Bison Smith here. It's not really elevating anybody, but it gets his final appearance out of the way. It's going to be a 60, though. It's not a bad opener. So he gets the win, 9:38. And 61 for the first of the 5 matches, as Marufuji and Jun Akiyama get the win as the Tiger Flosion on Bob Sapp. Naomichi Marufuji was head and shoulders above everybody else. Of course, Bob Sapp it was the weak link with a 28. Yeah, it's got the crowd buzzing as well. 76 for No Limit and Strong Big Japan. 2 teams, team with great chemistry, team with excellent chemistry. Yuji Kobayashi with the Brainbuster on Yujiro. 78 for Daisuke. 75 for Naito. 68 for Yuji Kobayashi. And the 61 for Yujiro Takahashi. Even though they're 0-2, they've justifiably lost every match. So it's not like they're getting upset or anything. As Kenta Miyahara and Katsuhiko Nakajima beat Kenta Kobashi and Go Shiozaki, as Nakajima pins Go after the bridging German suplex. Well, I'd like to go over Nakajima's finishers, just kind of update him a little bit. The next match, Strong Pillars of Violence versus Muscle Bombers, as Honma pinning Yuji Hino. I'm going to be doing that a lot during this episode. Everybody did about the same, weirdly enough. Yuji Hino with a 59, though, and 69s for Honma and Shuji Ishikawa and an 80 for Morishima. I'm just kind of curious why those ratings were so bad. Holding back. Everybody held back. God damn. But at least it was a pretty good match, though. At least it was an 81, thanks to Morishima. 77, though, for the main. Fuck. Is Claudio and Hero with 80s. Oh, it's because it's a tour. I'm an idiot. But yeah, I mean, it's a pretty good show. as Kenta pins Chris Hero with the Busaiku knee in 28-20. Even though the wrong team wins there, that's a huge win though for Kenta pinning Hero. As yeah, I mean that hopefully we're not gonna lose any pop or anything. That's a good sign, obviously. But yeah, I mean it's funny. The Strong Pillars of Violence and Muscle Bomb is the best thing on the card. Wouldn't have expected that. Wouldn't have expected. All right, so we're on to day 3. We'll be looking at the standings after the 4th day. But so far, we've had some upsets. We've had champs being pinned, as Fuji and Jun Akiyama pinning the tag champs, and also Nakajima pinning Go. So that's fun. We're already setting up some stuff in the future. And Andrade got hurt. Whiplash neck straight. As yeah, we're now on to day 3. Alright, day 3. As again, we're not going to be running Kanto. We got a couple of backstage incidents though, as Go and Kobashi. As Go was brought before wrestler's court, accused of failing to pick up his share of the tab of the shared rental car, as Kobashi found him guilty and sentenced to pay the full cost of reimburse of travel partners. And Daisuke passing on microphone work to his protege Yuji Kobayashi. Alrighty, so as far as where we should run, I'm assuming somewhere in that we haven't run since February. Yeah, we'll just run. Yeah, unless there's. We could do 850 though. Yeah, let's do 850 because I mean it's the same price, so it's no big deal. We'll just have a couple extra 100 people. As far as the main event goes, obviously Kings of Wrestling Diamond Ring. It's gonna go a draw. It's gonna go 30. Oh, I'm surprised Hero didn't complain or anybody. That was cool. So that's 1 point each for each team. Then the co-main, it's a tough one to call. But I think the Muscle Bombers in Fuji and Jun Akiyama, is the Muscle Bombers finally get the win. As Morishima's going to beat Jun Akiyama. And so, Jun Akiyama's third agent. Then probably Strong Pillars of Violence, Kenta and Minoru Suzuki. As the Strong Pillars of Violence beat the Suzuki-gun team. As Shuji Ishikawa pins Minoru Suzuki, the former GHC Heavyweight Champion. Big time win for Shuji there. And then No Limit against Kenta Kobashi and Go Shiozaki, as Naito is going to beat Kobashi. That's their first win as well. So yeah, Kobashi's going to be upset by that one. I've had a feeling Kobashi's going to get strong. There we go. Probably should give it a little bit more time as well. As then Bobby Lashley and Bob Sapp against Strong Big Japan, as obviously Strong Big Japan will get the win there. As Daisuke in there. I mean, Bob Sapp would just dwarf poor Daisuke, but I can't imagine the German suplex that was Daisuke suplex and Bob Sapp. Would be pretty incredible, if I have to say so myself. Let's see here. Kind of want to do a tag of Takeshita and Endo against the junior tag team. Just to change it up. Takeshita and Endo against, yeah, Momono Sushin tag. I feel like it's a pretty solid. Yeah, we did that back in January. It's been a while. Yeah, we'll have Kotoge get the win. He could use it. There we go. And let's run the show. Momono Sushin tag and Takeshita and Endo get a 48 as Kotoge with the Maxim over Endo as Yemi 55 or 54 rather for Harada, 50 or 44 rather, Jesus, for Kotoge, 34 for Konosuke Takeshita and 30 for Endo. Not bad. Not a bad opener. 65 for Strong Big Japan against Sapp and Lashley as yeah, I mean, that's all you can ask for, really. I mean, they're just going to get carried, so at least it's a good, as far as, it's a pretty good match. Daisuke with the moonsault, yeah, that's probably for the best. It's probably the best finish idea. And the 68 for No Limit and Kobashi and Go, as Kobashi was off his game, getting outperformed by everybody in the match. Naito, best guy in the match, gets the win with the Gloria in 17:37. As a 77 for Strong Big Japan, or Strong Pillars of Violence. I knew I was going to do that too. Against Kenta and Suzuki, as Ishikawa with the Hawaiian Splash Mountain in 21:54. Best guy in the match was Kenta. It's tough to decide who should have won that one. Probably Kenta Suzuki, but I just wanted to give Honma and Ishikawa a win there. 74 for the Muscle Bombers and Brave, as Fuji and Jun Akiyama take the fall, as Morishima the bombs away, getting their first win of the tournament, 23-38. It's the match length as 20 or as an 81. I don't know why I was getting the 20, but 81 for Morishima, 73 for Marufuji, 61 for Yujihino, and a 55 for Jun Akiyama. And 80 for the main event, right decision there. And it's a draw. Both teams getting 1 point each. And this is, I believe, this is the rubber match. I believe, as far as in the past, Nakajima and Miyahara, they've beat them last year. Then, of course, the King's Wrestling beat Nakajima and Miyahara in a tag defense earlier this year. And then this wouldn't be the rubber match. This would be the fourth match because, obviously, Nakajima and Miyahara beat the tag champs and the King's Wrestling to have the rematch now go 30 with the draw. We've had basically every finish that you could think of, which is pretty fun there as far as that goes. I think that's adds a little bit depth to this. And yeah, I think that's a fun way to end out a show with a draw. Two teams going 30. And it was the best match, so you can't go wrong with that. Of course, now on to day 4, which after day 4 we'll show the standings. A lot going on, though. We've seen a draw, we've seen upsets. So far, I think it's lived up to expectations, even with the Bob Sapp, Bobby Lashley team. It's funny, because at first I was like, we could probably do Takashita and Endo. They're kind of junior heavyweights anyways, they're not really heavyweights, I went away with that, but there was a thought. It was a thought that was going to be the 10th team. It's just still just OVW. So yeah, there's actually a couple of days in between this. Then 4 and 5 are back-to-back, so that's actually going to work out perfectly. Alrighty, so we have another backstage incident. I feel like that's pretty common for this tour, it seems like, as Bobby Lashley was brought for a wrestler's court accused of failing to pick up his share of the tab on the shared rental car. Kinabashi found him guilty and sentenced him to pay the full cost of reimbursed travel partners. As for the show, we're going to run this. Probably Osaka. I don't know, we might save Osaka for the last tour date. 10,000. Yeah, we could probably run 2,000 people again. Why not? As for the main here, that's a great question. It's not going to be King's Wrestling or Bob Sapp or Bobby Lashley. I know that much. That's maybe Strong Big Japan and Nakajima Miyahara, as the Diamond Ring team will be getting the win, the champs. They've had, as far as they're going into this with a rubber match, actually. They're 1-1, so they needed this final match, and the Diamond Ring team get the win. It's funny, they got a 63 the first time, 67 back in January. Assuming it's going to be mid-70s this time around. I don't know why I clicked on that, but that's alright. Co-main's a tough one to call. Probably No Limit in Kenta Suzuki. Kenta's going to beat Yujiro there. And Marufuji Akiyama, Strong Pillars of Violence, as Honma's going to get the win. He's going to pin Jun Akiyama. Then the Muscle Bombers against Kobashi and Go. As Kobashi's actually going to get the win. They're going to beat the Muscle Bombers. Kobashi's going to beat Yujihino. I think that's happened. Wow, this never happened before. I think it had. As Bobby Lashley and Bob Sapp against King's Wrestling. Of course, we all know. Now, just imagine, though. Claudio putting Bob Sapp in the giant swing. The pop that would get would be pretty awesome and pretty electric. I do say so myself. What's going on here? We need still a show match. Forgot to add that. Alright. I didn't even realize that. Also, just as far as an update, Kentaro Shiga, he's been working kind of in Kaientai Dojo and I forget where else, maybe Osaka Pro, just got injured, as he's going to be out for a year. This is the second injury. I don't know why I'm kind of looking at this. We'll go here, as, he herniated his spinal disc, and then, or a spinal disc, which back in, basically, a couple of months into the mod, he tore his rotator cuff, I remember. So this is going to be the second time he's going to be out for a year. Just terrible luck there for him. And we should probably let him go, but I went the exact opposite route and doubled down. I was like, how about we just exclusively have him so he doesn't get injured again? It was my thought process behind that. As far as what we could do, I think having a junior... Or we could do Masao Inoue and Volter. We haven't done it in a hot minute. I think time has passed where we can do this. Yeah, that hasn't happened since January. As Walter will be getting the win. And decisive. Give it like 10 minutes. Yeah. Oh, never mind. It's still gonna be too soon. All right. You get saved. I'm trying to think who could use a win. Alex Payne could. I guess we could do Alex Payne and Takashita. Not a bad idea. Assuming we've done this before. Nope. Fun little match. So I think, did we... Yeah, I was going to say, I think we did. I already forgot. So let's run the show here. Day 4. 37. Alex Payne's almost doing 60s, though. He's really climbing up the card. He's just not over enough somehow. He just hasn't reached that spot yet. That would have been really good. Maybe not really good. That's a bit stretching it as. Is hitting the very European uppercut on Bob Sapp would be incredible. Would be amazing. 69, though, for that match. Nice. There's a 72 for the Muscle Bombers against Kobashi and Shiozaki, as Kobashi with the Burning Lariat on Yuji Hino. He outperformed him. Slightly, but he outperformed him. But, yeah, I mean, that's a nice win for the Brave team there. The 74 for Tomaki, Honma, and Fuji Ishikawa against Naomichi, Fuji, and Jun Akiyama. Right team wins there, as Honma with a 74, best guy in the match. Then Ishikawa, or actually Fuji, then Ishikawa. So, Ishikawa and Fuji were off their games, and Jun Akiyama with a 53, rounding up the group as a pillar crash for Honma in 24-10. 75 for No Limit against Kenta and Suzuki, as Kenta with the Bazagu knee in 21-30. Kenta and Naito did the same. I actually could have went either way. Everybody did the same, 77s and 65s. That's fun. 79 for the main event. Now they're calling the right prediction there on the main event. Wrong team wins, but that's okay, as Nakajima, at least he was the best guy as far as he tied with Okabayashi, as the champs get the win to end out this day 4 show. Now we can look at the standings before we get into day 5. As, yeah, I mean, so far, it's been, still, haven't had any injuries, haven't really had a misstep, as far as a drastic misstep. So far, everything's going our way. And we'll just kind of look and see the tournament standings. Obviously, the team with 0 points, Bobby Lashley and Bob Sapp. It's no surprise. We have a 3-way tie for first, Kenta and Suzuki, Strong Big Japan, and the Strong Pillars of Violence. Then Kings of Wrestling and Kenta Miyahara and Nakajima are tied for second with 5. Go and Shizaki and Marufuji and Jun Akiyama with 4. And then the Muscle Bombers and No Limit with 2. A lot of matches still left to go, so we'll be waiting to see how that plays out. We'll probably be looking after day 6, as far as the next time we look at the standings. Another backstage incident. Daisuke passing microphone work tips to Yuji Kobayashi again. So last show was a 72 we did back last year. So we'll see here what we should run. Yeah, I think we're going to go with March, because I think we're going to wait for Osaka. I'm going to wait it out. Let's see, 1,800. Perfect. On the Citizen Center. Yep, main event, Kings Wrestling, Strong Big Japan. A huge win for Strong Big Japan here, finally beating the Kings of Wrestling. They have faced off twice before, last year in the Tag League, and then also at the Great Voyage in Tokyo Volume 3, as that was a great match too. That was an 88. It's not going to be that good because it's going to be on a tour show, but should still be pretty awesome there. Co-main will probably be Nakajima and Miyahara against the Muscle Bombers, as the Muscle Bombers will be beating the tag champs. And, as far as in the past, Great Voyage in Tokyo Volume 2, last year in May, Diamond Ring beat them. And they also, of course, they had the 2v2v2 match back in February, which Nakajima and Miyahara won the number 1 contendership matchup. So this is, it's a fun match there. Morishima going to beat Nakajima, too. Nakajima's going to complain about it, but I saw the intimidating side. I mean, I feel like Nakajima's a bad motherfucker, and a crazy fucker at that. He would not be intimidated by the man, but, I mean, those two, they never really had, like, that amazing match, but it would be very intriguing to as far as if they would have got a big time spot, because really Nakajima, as far as the main event push, was after Morishima retired, so we never really got that. But that would have been a pretty interesting match. Just Morishima kind of like no selling a kick and just destroying him with a lariat would be pretty awesome. So as far as it's a tough one. I'm gonna go with Kobashi and Go against Strong Pillars of Violence there, as Go and Kobashi are gonna beat the Strong Pillars of Violence with a big win, as Go's gonna beat Honma. And No Limit against Fuji and Akiyama, as No Limit's gonna beat the Brave team. Brave gonna come up short on this night. And then Lashley and Sap will be losing to Kenta and Suzuki, as Suzuki's gonna get the win. He's gonna tap out Bobby Lashley. Yeah, there we go. As for the opener, that's a good question. It's trying to think what we could do. Yeah, Taniguchi hasn't been used in a while. Yeah, we could do Taniguchi and Bison Smith. Not the greatest thing in the world, but just gives Taniguchi a match on the card. There we go. Alright, let's run day 5 here. 47, as Taniguchi with a 46. Gets the win with the front suplex over Bison Smith at 940. A 66 for Kenta and Suzuki against Bob Sapp and Bobby Lashley. I feel like Sapp somehow is getting better, which is funny. Yeah, Suzuki was off his game though. Still did okay. You know, still was a 61. A 74 for No Limit against Fuji and Akiyama. As Naito pinning Fuji with the Gloria. In 22-32 as a 76 for Naito, best guy in the match. Fuji again being off his game. That's not a great sign, but yeah, I mean the right team wins there, for sure. It's a 76 for Kobashi and Go against Strong Pillars of Violence. Wrong team wins here, but at least, well, not even that. As far as Go, it might have made sense that he beat Ishikawa, but him beating Honma, it's interesting. You know, it's interesting the GSC Heavyweight Champion is being outperformed so much. He's definitely, from that perspective, not a worthy GHC Heavyweight Champion, but I just felt like, you know, it's Go Shiozaki. He's got the, felt like the return angle, and we finally get an injury. It's Muscle Bombers as Morishima with hernia. 22-36, Morishima's going to pin Nakajima with the Maze Impact. Tough loss for the Muscle Bombers there, as Morishima's going to probably be out for the rest of the tournament, if I had to guess. Best guy in the match, too. Beating the tag champs as well. It's a tough loss. Tough loss. Eugene was worst guy in the match, too. As, yeah, we'll see how that's going to play off, if they're going to have to vacate the rest of the matches. Main event's a 78, as Kings Wrestling lose to Strong Big Japan, as Daisuke pins Claudio with a British German suplex. 83 for Claudio, best guy in the match. That's pretty awesome. Chris Hero, the 79, 72 for Yuji Okabayashi, and 70 for Daisuke. It was off his game and got the pin, though, nonetheless. Yep, another pretty solid show. Probably shouldn't have that be the co-main, but that's okay. Didn't expect a hernia, and but still, I think that was a fun co-main. So now we get to see what's going to happen with Morishima. It was only a matter of time, especially doing back-to-back days like that. You're asking for trouble. Hopefully, you know, as far as maybe he can only miss like a day or two. But I don't see it happening. Feel like he's going to be out for the rest of the tournament. So, well, see here, medical. Oh, we can perform surgery on Doroshiga though. Okay, there we go. Shut that down about. Yeah, so he's out for the rest of the tournament. That will be a tough blow there, as we will now move Morishima. And now forfeit. And they're going to stop with 4 points. And now we'll see how the rest of the tournament's going to lay out, as, you know, going into day 6, because of now the forfeits. Strong Big Japan are in the lead with 10. Kenta and Suzuki have 8. Kings of Wrestling have 7. You know, No Limit and Strong Pillars of Violence are behind them, as is Kobashi and Go Shiozaki. But really, it's turning more into a 3-team race. That's really changed a lot, though. You know, because Strong Big Japan, they still, as far as they didn't get a chance to face the Muscle Bombers, and I don't remember how that match was supposed to go, if they were supposed to win or lose that, so that's definitely changed that up. So, I mean, that's a tough thing to do when you get halfway through a tournament and you expect something to go that way, and injury happens and just kind of throws everything out the window that you just booked. That's a tough blow. On to day 6 we go, though. Alright, so for day 6, another backstage instance for Kyo. Again, with the fucking shared rental cars. People, pay your tabs. Oh my god. Let's see. So again, we're waiting for that Osaka. So I think it's gonna go to... Yeah, I think that's where we're gonna run. As 1,800 in Fukuyama Big Rose. Alright. So, just as far as what was going to happen with the Muscle Bombers, Bobby Lashley-Bob Sapp match, they were going to win. So that sucks. That's going to be an easy win for Bobby Lashley and Bob Sapp, but at least we don't have to have a Bobby Lashley-Bob Sapp match. The bright side of things, as far as the main event goes, probably this Diamond Ring Kenta Suzuki match, and the tag champs will be winning, as Miyahara's going to pin Kenta. Holy shit, what a win for Kento Miyahara. Big time win. So then probably, this is tough, but I think No Limit versus Strong Pills of Violence. Ishikawa's going to pin Yujiro. Then the Kings of Wrestling the Kings of Wrestling versus Marufuji and Jun Akiyama's Hero's going to beat Naomichi Marufuji. Then Kobashi and Go against Strong Big Japan. Daisuke's going to beat Kenta Kobashi there in 26 minutes. Yep, saw that one coming. Figured he was going to complain about that one. Alright, so we need a Steal the Show match, and we need an opener. Steal the Show match, Goto versus Masao Inoue. No, I don't know. Let's see. Kind of want to do him and Walter. That'd be pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. I don't know. Maybe not. I will say this, Kentaro Shiga, DDT's going to try and sign to an exclusive written deal, so they can have him. I'm not paying that man $10,000 a month. No way. Trying to think what would be a good Steal the Show match. I'm just not really seeing it. Yeah, I guess we can just do Masao Inoue, Naruki Goto. Or Johnny the Bull. There we go. It's a little bit better. I'll say, I don't think we've ever done this before. Yeah, 14. Goto beats him. It's no big deal. Not the craziest of matches. Yeah, well, that's all. It's going to be Yellow the Old Time, I guess. And yeah, then we can do a tag of Takashita and Endo. Let's see. They both have warm. Ricky Marvin's got cool momentum. Maybe have him get the win. And Taiji Shimura and Ricky Marvin. He's also super crazy in Ricky Marvin, I guess. Yeah, 10 minutes. Crazy. Or Ricky Marvin beats Endo. Since we had Takashita already lose this tour. Alright. Let's run the show. 37. Not enough fucking pop. Pretty good, at least an opener as far as the ratings go, but not the match segment, or the segment rating, rather, as Goto beats Johnny the Bull. It's actually kind of close. I don't like that. It was only 13-point difference. So 65 for Kobashi and Go against Strong Big Japan. As Daisuke pins Kobashi. The Bridging German suplex in 25-49. Daisuke and Yuji with 76-75. Go with a 66-62 for Kobashi. 80 for Marufuji and Jun against Hiro and Claudio, as Hiro pins Marufuji with a death blow in 24-26. Yep, that definitely should have been the main, and we have another concussion, as Naito. Major concussions are, I mean, that could be a year. That is a tough injury there. As Shuji Ishikawa pins Yujiro with a Lion Splash Mountain in 22-18. Another one bites the dust. It's a 77 for the main. Diamond Ring beat Kenta and Suzuki pretty close, though. Miyahara and Nakajima with 70 and 72. They outperformed Suzuki, as Miyahara pins Kenta with a Northern Light suplex. 76 as a whole. Yep, definitely the Kings of Wrestling should have main evented for sure, that one. So, I mean, we're going to be down to having, like, 3 matches a show as far as for the tag league to end it out. That is, that's just tough break. Tough break. We haven't had an injury as far as a tag league this bad. Probably ever. I don't think I've ever, in a series so far in TEW 2020, I've never had to vacate 2 teams or 2 people if it's a singles round robin tournament. Because yeah, I mean that's a long time to be out. Yep, it's gonna be a year. Another one bites the dust. That is tough. So that's vacate them. Move Naito and all right. So No Limb's gonna finish with 6. Muscle Bombers are gonna finish with 4. It's crazy they're gonna be at the bottom with Bob Sapp and Bobby Lashley. And so that's going to be another win for them as well, for Bobby Lashley and Bob Sapp, that they might have not got, but that's okay. So that's just another forfeit win. Strong Big Japan with 12. Kenta Miyahara and Katsuhiko Nakajima in the Kings of Wrestling with 9 each, and they have a draw. So we might have to do a tiebreaker to determine who's going to be the second team there. So that's exciting. And the Strong Pills of Violence with Kenta and Suzuki rounding up the group as well with 8. Kobashi and Go with 4. And Marufuji and Jun Akiyama have the same points as Bobby Lashley and Bob Sapp's pretty hilarious. And the Muscle Bombers as well. So on to day 7 we go. Alrighty, let's see. Backstage incident. Yoshinari Ogawa, I'm assuming. No, this time it's failing to pick up his share of the tab at the bar. Kobashi found him guilty and sentenced to buy drinks for everyone after the show. The fucking skeleton crew of the tag league that we now have. Can't do that. That would have definitely been the main. Muscle Bombers and Kings of Wrestling. Just out of curiosity. Kings of Wrestling would have won that. And No Limit against Diamond Ring. And they would have won that as well. So at least we don't have any team getting a win that they didn't deserve. That's just for Bobby Lashley and Bob Sapp, I guess. Marufuji and Akiyama against Strong Big Japan. Strong Big Japan keeping it going. What a win. Is they're going to beat Brave. And then Kobashi and Go against Kenta and Suzuki. I'm assuming this probably should be the main instead, though. I'm not sure, though. Go's going to beat Suzuki again. Which, that's interesting. I thought about having Kenta and Suzuki beat him. But I went with Go getting the win over Suzuki again. Don't know how I feel about that. That's how Kobashi's the road agent. And then the opener of or at least the 3 matches that we can have. Shuji Ishikawa and Tomaki beat Bob Sapp and Bobby Lashley. Ishikawa's going to pin Bob Sapp. I would pay all the money in the world to see Shuji Ishikawa and Bob Sapp at a death match. That would be the greatest thing ever. Yeah, I don't know. I think we're just going to leave it as that. So now we have to book 3 undercard matches. Everybody's getting some matches in now. Trying to think who we could use. We could do Momono Sushin Tag. Against, I'm not really sure, to be honest. I think Okita's a little too big. Yeah, Okita's a little too big to have that match happen. No, we'll keep it as a tag, but I'm just having somebody else in there against him. Let's see here. What would be something we could do? Nah, that's a little too one-sided. Having Ishikawa, Taichi and Takayama against someone. Let's see here. Well, we could have Yujiro and Yujiro Takahashi have a match. That's an idea. Well, we're gonna do Yujiro and Keisuke Ishii, since we don't use Keisuke Ishii hardly at all. Yeah, 14. Yujiro gets the win. Everybody's happy. And Yujihino beats... Yeah, Masada, no way. So at least we get him on the card. Another singles match, I guess. So I'll keep it going. Keith Walker and Takashi Okita? No, that's just the worst thing we could probably possibly do. How about the 6-man? Takayama, Taichi, and Kanemaru against Shibata, Kendo Kashin, and Kushida. So we've never done this before. Yeah. 16 minutes. We can have Shibata. Actually, we'll have Taichi beat Kashin. Oh, probably not all out. Yep. There we go. That's better. I'm assuming it's for... Yep. It's for those matches. Figured so. Alright, Laughter 7, Suzuki-gun 6-man, some singles matches. I mean, it's not the worst thing in the world. I'm trying to think where else we can run. I think we've pretty much nailed it. Yeah, we now have to go back to somewhere. Day 2, there we go. Back. Yeah, 1,500. Dami East Training Center. Noe and Yujihino, as Yujihino with a fucking bomb. Of course, they don't click. This match kind of sucks. 43 as Yujiro gets hurt. Of course he does. Is the Intercollege Slam in 14:22. Yujiro with a 55. And of course, this guy's Kishi. You caused it as a 67 for Laughter 7 against Suzuki-gun. As Suzuki-gun gets the win as Taichi with the Black Mephisto over Kendo Kashin in 16:20. 82 for Shibata. 62s, or just rather 67 for Kushida, and 62 for Kanemaru, 60 for Taichi, 52 for Yoshihiro Takayama. He's really fallen off a cliff, and Kendo Kashin, of course, being the worst guy in the match. 65 for the Strong Pills of Violence Bobby Lashley Bob Sapp match. Ishikawa with the Hawaiian Splash Mountain. Again, that's a crazy fish to be hitting on Bob Sapp. 74 for Kenta and Go against Kenta. Against Kenta Kobashi and Go Shizaki, then just so we don't confuse anybody, against Kenta and Suzuki, as Go with Go Flash on Suzuki in 23:29. Kenta, best guy in the match, followed by Go, then Suzuki, then Kobashi. 75 for Fuji and June against Strong Big Japan, as Daisuke with the Moonsault Press in 23:28. Daisuke with a 78, 74 for Fuji, 73 for Yuji Kobayashi, then Jonathan with a 54. 74 still, somehow, we're in the 70s. I'm shocked. We just have 2 more of these round-robin tournament day, the block matches, if you will, shows left. Let's just hope. Let's just fucking hope that nobody else gets hurt at this rate. But yeah, I mean, this is the risk you get for not only running this type of tournament, but also, we cramped a lot of shows into like a 2-week span. We're given some time off, but even then, like days 4 and 5 are back to back, and it's a lot. It's a lot to ask of people. It's just the standings going into day 8, since we're coming up on the end, we might as well go through the standings each day. It's foolproof positive that Strong Big Japan will be going on to the finals at this rate. With 14 points. They still have Kenta and Suzuki left. We'll see what happens there. As far as who's going to be in second, though, you have 5 teams that are vying for that spot. Strong Pillars of Violence are right there, so we might have stablemate versus stablemates. as that's going to be a lot of fun there. And then Kings of Wrestling and Kenta Miyahara and Katsuhiko Nakajima are there with 9. Kenta, Suzuki, and Kobashi and Go with 8. And of course, No Limit with 6. They're out for the tournament. And then the teams with 4, Lashley and Sap, and the Muscle Bombers as well, with with Fuji and Jun Akiyama, who they still have 2 matches left though. Yeah, I mean, it's looking like Strong Big Japan will make it to the finals. They only lost to the champs, and they got some big-time wins. They beat, as far as the Kings of Wrestling, they beat Kenta and Suzuki. Beat a lot of great teams, and that's just, that is nuts. It's nuts indeed. They didn't get a chance to face Muscle Bombers, and they didn't get a chance to face, I think that's it, though, as far as, because pretty sure they faced Sap and Lashley. Or at least I think they faced No Limit too. But yeah, I think they did. Yeah, they did. So yeah, on to day 8. Alright, day 8. As finally, we don't have a backstage incident. It's about fucking time. Let's see where we can run. I mean, I kind of want to just run this, just to run it, but not having that many people would just kind of be a waste. So yeah, we have, day 3. So last time we ran here. Let's go back to Castle Gym. So as far as we can't do that, Bob Sapp and Bobby Lashley against No Limit, which they actually would have won, which is hilarious. So we're gonna have Sapp pin Yujiro. And then we can't do Strong Big Japan and Muscle Bombers, which they actually were going to beat them, which is kind of crazy. They would have kept on going on that crazy run. So what is left? Kobashi and Go against Kings Wrestling will probably be the main, as Hero's going to beat Go. It's a big win, beating the champ. For Chris Hero, a little bit of a redemption arc, even though he lost to Suzuki. It's kind of like he's still in contention. That's the beginning of the arc, if you will, for him. As Fuji and Jun against Kenta, and anytime Fuji and Kenta are in the same ring, and of course they have to be involved in the finish as well. As Fuji's going to beat Kenta. That's pretty awesome. Big win there for Fuji and Jun Akiyama. And the Strong Bells of Violence versus the champs. It's crazy this is going to be the final match here, but Miyahara is going to get the win. He's going to beat Shuji Ishikawa. That's a big time win, because it looked like the Strong Bells of Violence, of course, were going to be the second team. But now you're going to have 11-11 for Kings of Wrestling and Miyahara and Nakajima going on. And Kobashi and Go, as well as Kenta and Suzuki, are pretty much taken now out of that contention. So it's now down to the Kings of Wrestling and the Tag Team Champions to determine who's going to take on Strong Big Japan in the finals. I think that's a great final 3. You got some great teams. Great fucking teams involved. As let's see if Strong Big Japan can finish off this incredible run, being the Global Tag League winners and taking on Diamond Ring. We shall see. As far as, I don't know why I went with this, but trying to think what would be a good junior tag match to do. I guess we're gonna do a 6-man of do Aoki Suzuki with Ishimori against Taichi, Kakanuma, and Yoshinobu Kanemaru. I'll say we haven't done this before either. This is good enough to be on the final show, to be honest. This is a fun junior 6-man. We're gonna have the Brave team get the win. We're gonna have Ishimori beat Kakanuma. We'll have this one steal the show, actually. Hope for the best. Hopefully nobody else gets fucking hurt. So now we got that out of the way. Okay, we're still good on that. As far as the rest of the undercard, it's looking like this. Singles match. We need to get Falter out there. We need him doing something. He can beat... I don't know now. We're kind of running out of people for him to beat as far as where we're not pissing off the rest of the locker room. I guess we could have Ogawa beat Koji Yamato. Koji's now, he's got 20 in Osaka. Way to go, Yamato. So Ogawa getting the win. 10 minutes. And we're going to have... I'm trying to think what else we could do. I guess we could do Takashita and Endo again. Against... we do Harada and Ohara. Have Ohara get the win. Because they've done this before back in January. Or, just an idea, Sasuke and Yoshitone. We've also done this back in January. But this match is a little bit better. So we're going to have Yoshitone get the win, actually, instead of Sasuke. And we'll have Hayabusa be the road agent. Alright, let's run the show. 50 for the opener, as Sasuke with a 58, 47 for Yoshitone, 35 for Takashita, and 27 for Tetsuya Endo. It was office game. 38, oof, as Ogawa with a 43, Jesus Christ, as Ogawa with a backdrop suplex at 9:38. Hard to believe he'd still be going strong. Just a solid 9 years later, still ticking. 66 for Brave and Suzuki-gun, the junior six-man, as Brave get the win as Ishimori pinning Kakanuma with the Hermosilio. Definitely better team won, thanks to Kakanuma's 52, but good stuff, though. That's a fun junior six-man. 76 for the Strong Bells of Violence versus the Champs. It's Miyahara pinning Ishikawa with a Northern Light suplex. Of course, those two will have great matches singles-wise in all Japan. A couple of years down the line, but it's fun to do this match here, and they outperformed them. 77 for Marufuji and Akiyama against Kenta and Suzuki, as Marufuji with the Shirin-Yu over Kenta. Kenta outperformed him. Sure did. Sure fucking did. As an 82 for Claudio and Hiro over Go and Kobashi. As Hiro with the death blow over Go Shiozaki. In 27-11, it was an 82 as well. Good shit. Way to somehow pull out an 80 show rating, even with the Ogawa Koji Yamato match. Now, going into the final show now, and it's decision time. What's going to happen? Is it going to be Diamond Ring and Strong Big Japan, or is it going to be the Kings of Wrestling versus Strong Big Japan? Great question, as we will be finding out shortly. As I can't believe it. We're at the end already. It feels like I just sat down to start recording. Now we're already at the end. So we'll catch you guys for day 9. Alrighty, so for this final day, we're going to be in Jinju, or we're not going to be in Jinju, rather. We're going to be in Osaka. I think the Osaka Dome should be enough people for this one. Yeah, I mean, it won't be near sellout. You know, be about 10,000 shy. But, yeah, I mean, still pretty good. Pretty good. As far as the... Would have been awesome to see this No Limit Muscle Bombers match. And the Muscle Bombers would have gotten the win, too. It's just kind of funny. They both, as far as had to vacate. It's just kind of funny how that worked. Because of Marufuji and Jun Akiyama, because they... I want to say, it's wild that it's just a forfeit for each, so I don't know how that would go about it. I guess it'd be a draw. But technically, because Muscle Bombers probably vacated first, probably would have gave No Limit the win. And I think that's what happened. Yeah, so that's... would have took back that win for No Limit. They would have probably finished with 4 points instead. So that's big tough, but of course we can't. I don't know why I hit book segment. One idiot. As Strong Big Japan, Kenta and Suzuki. Strong Big Japan finish out with another win. Unreal. They're gonna finish with 16 points. Crazy. This was their tag league for fucking sure. As Diamond Ring would have lost to Bob Sapp and Bobby Lashley, which that would have gave the Kings of Wrestling an opportunity to take the win, and they would have hooking on Strong Big Japan, or they would have faced, rather, instead of just terrible grammar on my part. But Claudio is going to beat Honma. So now, because of that, it's a big time loss. So what's going to happen here with, so, that was weird, what the hell happened? Oh, he's furious. Never mind. So yeah, it's going to be a count-out win. So Bob Sapp is going to hit the Beast Bomb on the outside on Kento. And he basically knocked him out with it. He wouldn't be able to get back into the ring, as it became just a 2-on-1 attack on Nakajima. So I'm assuming, yeah, Kentamiara's also pissed. I was assuming he's also. So yeah, it is going to be, as far as, I don't know what the fuck is going on. There we go. The finals, Strongman Japan Kings of Wrestling. Because of that. I mean, it's insane. It's insane that because of Bob Sapp, we are going to have that as the finals. Would have been a great opportunity to do a tiebreaker, especially with how our roster's kind of thinned out now. But, alas, that is not the case. As far as other matches that are going to take place on that card, Shibata's going to take on Go for the GHC Heavyweight title. That match is happening. That's going to be the main, actually. Strongman Japan and the Kings of Wrestling will not be the main. Might be a mistake, but I just feel like the heavyweight title match should go on last. Maybe the Tag League final should have went on last, but just my opinion. My opinion there. And then there's also going to be a GHC Junior Heavyweight title match, as Ishimori's going to he's going to face Prince Devitt. Will he beat him? We'll have to see. But he's not going to just outright beat him. We'll have to wait and see how that match goes. But Ishimori and Prince Devitt, that match is happening. A rematch from when Devitt beat Ishimori to stop that reign as well. Yeah, as far as that goes, that is what's lined up. We might do a tag team title match too. Just because, Diamond Ring, they lost to a couple of teams during this tag league. So maybe have one of the teams that beat them have their title match right then and there. It's not a bad idea, because I think we'll probably have it be, as far as probably Fuji in June, would probably be the best option there. So yeah, we'll have that match as well, added to the card. As far as what we could do for this, I think we could do maybe a 6-man. Not sure exactly what the 6-man's going to be, because I want to have Apollo 55 against Ishimori with, we'll do Aoki Suzuki. I'm not sure what's going to be this third guy now for Apollo 55. Boy, oh boy, who's it going to be? Let's see. I guess we could do Ishimori with Suzuki, and then each guy gets a young lion, or each team. So we'll have Indo on one side, Takashita on the other side. Just to change it up a little bit. 12 minutes. That's how far that's going to go. As we'll have we'll have Taguchi. He's going to beat Takashita. I think that's the one that's on the other side. Kind of forgot. Yeah. That was right. There we go. So that's a match. As far as what else we could do. Tough decisions. Shibata and Cashin, just as an idea, against Ishii and Alex Payne. Not exactly sure the psychology of this, but it's a match. As we'll have Alex Payne beat Kendo Cashin too. That makes no goddamn sense. But fuck it. I'm gonna do it. And finally, as the opener, one-on-one. Okita versus Yuji Hino. Yuji Hino's gonna beat him. I'm sure we've done this before. Oh wow. Have it. There we go. As just good on that. Let's run the show. A 63 opener, Yuji Hino with a 70. Gets the one with the fucking bomb. 941. 68 for the 6-man with the Young Lions. Wow, Takashita with a 42. Hell yeah. 85 for debit, too, as Taguchi with the Dodan on Takashita. And 11:39 is the finish. As, yeah, Endo's the weak link, which, makes sense. A fucking young lion, but it's crazy how good that match is. Like, sparring the young lions. 69 for Shibata and Cashin against Ishii and Alex Payne. 91 for Shibata. As Shibata with a hell of a performance, as did Tomohiro Ishii. And also Alex Payne was almost in the 60s. So he gets on the sweet spot. 57 for the match, and Nakajima with an 83. As Miyahara gets knocked out by a beast bomb, and they get the tag win, the count out win in 5:43. What a disgrace. What a disgrace. They beat the fucking tag champs by count out. It's Claudio and Tomaki Honma, as Claudio gets the Ricola bomb at 95 for Chris Hero, 88 for Claudio Castagnoli, 79 for Honma, 76 for Ishikawa. What a match. Deserved better color commentary, but I'm cool with it. 46,000 in the Osaka Dome. That wasn't even the main. The main event was Strong Big Japan against Kenta and Suzuki, and we have a shattered knee. Suzuki shatters his knee. As a bridging German suplex for Daisuke, 27-14. Yuji Okabayashi with a 91. That's insane, as Daisuke with an 87. That's, wow. That might be the finish now, the finals. That might be it, as far as Daisuke and Okabayashi against Kings of Wrestling. I think that deserves it, because that's going to be better than that heavyweight title match, I think. Wow, we lost Pop. Unreal. The 78 show. Yeah, I mean, we're going to put over Yuji Kobayashi for the 91. That was incredible. Same thing for Shibata. And, yeah, probably same thing for Hero, too. That's crazy, though. Wow. So, yeah, as far as that goes, that's now going to be the main. Shibata and goes now the co-main. I think it deserves it now. Definitely seeing those ratings. That's crazy. Absolutely crazy. As Honma praising Yuji Hino, hell yeah. So we'll have to pause for the cause here to add everything to the pre-booking page, and we'll run through the card and whatnot, and actually run the show. Yeah. Alright, so the card looks like this. Of course, we had the Tag League Finals, Strong Big Japan vs. Kings of Wrestling, heavyweight title match of Katsura Shibata and Go Shiozaki. Now the co-main, which is hilarious, because I guarantee this junior heavyweight title match is going to do better than that heavyweight title match. Taiji Shimori and Prince Devitt is going to be pretty awesome. And then the GHC tag title matchup of Naomichi Marufuji and Jun Akiyama looking to take on Diamond Ring and get another win here. And they'll be the ones to maybe take on the winner of that Tag League Finals instead of Diamond Ring. It's Ryusuke Taguchi versus Kyle O'Reilly. That's just, a pre-build to the next, the Future Navigation Tour. The finals of that, or I guess the last show, not really the finals, but the last show of that tour, the main show, if you will, is going to be Apollo 55 versus Red Dragon for the GHC Junior Tag Team titles. So I felt like that'd be a good way to kind of prelude that in a way. And then we're going to have two six-man tags back-to-back as Suzuki-gun of Kenta, Yoshida Kanemaru, and Taichi against Brave of Kobashi, Atsushi Aoki, and Kotori Suzuki. And wouldn't you know it, Minoru Suzuki, again, it's funny, Naito and Suzuki, two men that when we signed them, they were injured. And again, when we book them, they get injured again, and they're out. Naito's out for a year, of course, but then Suzuki's not going to be out for 7 months. I think it might be 6 or 7. Either way, long time, so kind of funny Suzuki-gun, this big idea to bring in Suzuki and to repackage No Mercy to Suzuki-gun. Of course, the motherfucker gets hurt. Not even 2 months after we brought him in, too. Sucks as Live Strong and Die Hard with Alex Payne. Sounds like a television show or a book. Sounds like a television show title or book title. Live Strong, Die Hard with Alex Payne. Gonna take on Future Shock. So it's kind of funny about Future Shock. Future Shock, we're going to turn into a stable with No Limit, and we're going to be called No Limit, just to add to another stable involved and to get those guys a little bit of a push. Of course, that's now just completely thrown out the window. So I'm not going to do it with just Yujiro Takahashi, so it's just sucks. That's two ideas that kind of went the wayside because of this. Yuji Hino and Bob Sapp is going to be the opener, which I love that more than anything. As for Bob Sapp and Bobby Lashley, it's for with them, they're going to have a title match against Diamond Ring during the tour next month. Or maybe that would be next month actually. So yeah, next month when the Navigation to the Future tour happens at some point during that tour, there's going to be a GHC tag title match between Bob Sapp and Bobby Lashley against whoever is the champion at that point. If it's Diamond Ring or Naomichi Marufuji and Jun Akiyama. So that's just a thing to look out for in the future, since they didn't beat them. Well, they actually did technically beat them. They didn't beat them cleanly in the ring, I guess, is the correct way of going about that. So yeah, that's the Great Voyage in Osaka. As I love how I was thinking that the whole time, kind of like, oh, we should have Osaka be the final show, and that's why, because we're gonna run the Osaka Dome back to back. So I don't know how I feel about that. I feel like it's probably a bad idea. Probably should have ran Kanto that last night, but that's okay. Felt like since we kicked off with Kanto, it was only right we do it like that. And the Osaka Dome, 55,000, of course, will be about 46,000 for this show. Well, it's the main event, of course. Strong Big Japan, Kings of Wrestling. Kings of Wrestling will win. They will be the Global Tag League winners. They will be joining the short list of Akitoshi Saito and Bison Smith, Masawa and Go, Takuma Sano, Yoshihiro Takayama, Akitoshi Saito and Jun Akiyama, and of course Kenta and Yoshihiro Takayama. As that's just kind of funny. As far as the first Gaijin team, we've had a Gaijin win it before, but he was with Akitoshi Saito, of course, and Bison Smith. The first Gaijin winners. Pretty fun. Now it's going to be a great main event. Katsuyori Shibata versus Go Shiozaki. Go's reign. Starts off with a defense. That'd be kind of funny. We flip the belts again with Shibata having 3 title changes in the span of like a month. But no, Go Shiozaki's going to beat Shibata. They've had a match before in the past, a singles match. Shibata beat Go. That was when he came into Noah, and that was like his first big test. That was last year, back in March. And that's going to be awesome to see that again, to have Go get a win. It's funny how that works as far as the title scene picture right now. As I felt like I knew Shibata was going to complain about that. Like, really, Go, he's going to be like the least as far as least highly. Oh my god, I went with Go. I'm thinking of what I was trying to say as he's going to be like the least rated champion out of a good bit of guys. He's going to, because right now Nakajima might be better than him, but I don't think Miyahara is. And it's just kind of funny how that works out, how the heavyweight champion is going to be the least rated guy. That's definitely not a great sign as far as my booking, but it's just, I got a plan. That's all I'm going to say. I got a plan. As Devitt's going to beat Taiji Shimori in this rematch, which, of course, they had the time limit, and Devitt beat him for, obviously, for the belt in December. He beats him again here. We'll see what happens during the Junior Tag League this fall, if Taiji Shimori is going to be able to get a win over him or not. We shall see. As then we're going to have the tag team title matchup, and it's going to be Diamond Ring getting the win. So Diamond Ring, Kings of Wrestling will be the match set for the Navigation for the Future, or to the future. As, that should be a pretty fun match, though. Nonetheless, and I want to say I forgot a match. I don't know why. No, we didn't. It's Taguchi and Kyle. As we're going to have this set for Steal the Shows. Kyle's going to get the win. I believe they've had a singles match before. Yeah, it was during the Global Junior League, and Taguchi beat him. This time around, Kyle's going to beat him. Then we're going to have the Suzuki-gun Brave 6-man. Kenta's going to beat Atsushi Aoki for Suzuki-gun, which is just hilarious, because it's basically just No Mercy with the addition of Taichi and Yoshini, or just the addition of Taichi. Just kind of funny how that works out, as then Live Strong and Die Hard with Alex Payne against Future Shock, and they're going to get the win. Live Strong, Die Hard with Alex Payne, as Alex Payne's going to beat Hajime Ohara. We're going to have that set for Steal the Show, and then Bob Sapp and Eugenio's going to go 6 minutes with Eugenio getting the win. Now we can change the time, which will now be 2:30. I think that should be good enough. I don't know why I went to the venues rating. Yep, just nailed that. So now for the pre-show stuff. It's That's why we don't have Ishii on the card, or Goto too, but just wanted to make that match. Man, want to do Walter and Bobby Lashley just to see how that would look like, and Walter's going to get the win. I'm not sure if that's the right decision or not, but I'm just curious to see how that's going to go. Probably like mid-40s, maybe low 50s. Then a tag match. Since we only have 2 tag matches on the entire card. The rest are 6-mans and singles. I was going to do the Twin Towers of Violence against Bobby Lashley and Bob Sapp, but I think we're going to push that to the navigation to the future. As, let's see here. We could do, I'm trying to think, maybe do Masato Tanaka with Koei Sato. I'm not sure who they would face, though, is now the question. It's like, I guess we could throw Keno out there. We could do Taniguchi and Masao Inoue, I guess. Not the worst idea. 12 minutes. Masato Tanaka gets the win. Don't care who takes the finish. Alright. That's the card. Set. Ready to go. Let's run it. As 47 for Bobby Lashley and Walter. As Bobby Lashley outperformed him. Wrong guy won. 51 for Masato Tanaka and Koei Sato against Shohei Taniguchi and Masao Inoue. As Tanaka with the rolling elbow. As, 57 for Sato, 51 for Taniguchi, 49 for Masato Tanaka, and the 34 for Masao Inoue. There we go, Koei Sato. There we go. It's only a matter of time before he started getting rolling. He just had to shake off the ring rust, and now he's back to a good form as of 68. I don't know how, but it's awesome that this match did pretty well. As Yuji Ino beats Bob Sapp in 6 minutes with a fucking bomb. That's so awesome. A 64 for the 6-man here is Alex Payne with Live Strong Die Hard against Future Shock as Alex Payne with a sweet spot in 12:05. Yeah, Alex Payne with a 60. Third best guy in the match is Roger Strong with a 64, 61 for Daisuke Harada, 59 for Eddie Edwards, 53 for Kotoge, and a 42 for Hajime Ohara. Not bad at all. 71. Wow, for the 6-man here. Lack of selling on display and not enough time given, but Kenta with a 90. That's so awesome. With Kenta pins, Aoki with the Basaiku knee. Hell yeah. Kobashi and Kotori Suzuki with 71s. 69 for Aoki. 67 for Taichi. 66 for Kanemaru. 72 for Taguchi and Kyle O'Reilly. As Taguchi with a 60. 67 for Kyle O'Reilly. Bright guy wins and gets them with the ankle lock in 13:40. That's got a 72. A 78 for the GHC title matchup. Or GHC tag title matchup to be specific. As the right team wins here as they make their first defense of the GHC tag team titles. Nakajima pins Jun Akiyama with the bridging German suplex. Good win. Good win for Diamond Ring. Nakajima's almost in the 80s. Close. Very, very close. 78 again. Wow, I thought for sure that was going to be a lot better. Had a little too much faith maybe in that as Prince Devitt wins with Princess Throne in 26:49. I'm just kind of curious to see what's the... I don't know why I went all the way down like that. Wow, so it's just that. Yeah, Devitt's usually like in the mid-80s. Yeah, that's interesting. This is his third defense of the JHC Junior Heavyweight title. 80? Wow, for Shibata and Go. As, yeah. Shibata, he was trying to bring the best out of Go. I'm trying. I'm trying with Go, and I definitely shouldn't. I'm just beating a dead horse at this point. But he makes his first defense, beating Shibata with the Go Flasher. That's a big win. Big time win in the 88 main event. I mean, everybody's in the 90s. That was really close. Strong Big Japan had a really good shot of winning that tag league and outperforming the Kings of Wrestling. That's awesome to see. The Kings of Wrestling win the Global Tag League, and Yuji Wagashi takes the death blow in 32-21. An 88 main event. Just, they didn't sell enough, and we need a better color commentator, but other than that, we had a hell of a show. Hell of a main event. And, just lack of selling and poor color commentary when this might have been in the 90s. Maybe even been better than that. Awesome. We increased our pop in 7 regions, 87 show rating. I mean, we gotta put over... who to put over is the great question here. Because, I mean, everybody did awesome as far as in that main event. So did, Shibata did well. Let's try to give Go some love, though, still. We're still trying. We're still trying to get him over to that point. And, yeah, Nakajima, too. Hell of a performance, though, by a lot of great talent on this show. Kenda with a 90, Shibata with a 91, and then everybody in the main did a plus 90, so you had 6 guys with 90 plus rating. It's pretty awesome. Can't ask for anything better, as, we might not have delivered as far as on the actual tournament, because a lot of the shows were based off of a tour show, but I'd say as a whole, I think we had a great successful show. I think we had a great tour. Champion Carnival also happened. Just kind of curious. Samu Nishimura wins the Triple Crown over Kaiji Muto. Yeah, you could watch 2 old farts battle out in the main event, or you could see 2 of the best tag teams on the planet at the Great Voyager and Osaka show. Just kind of curious how Extreme Rules did. Oh my. Triple H. I don't know what it is about my series that Triple H always wins the WWE title. And Cena and Kennedy, the heavyweight title. Alex Riley's Intercontinental Champ. Samoa Joe, that's right, he got signed by WWE during this episode. Whether that's his big debut against David Otunga. Assuming he did pretty well. Yeah, in 87. Nice. Kali's the fucking US champ. Jesus. What a shit show. But thank you all for watching, as what a episode that was. The big 2-0. 20 episodes in, and our roster's just rocking and rolling. It's pretty awesome. That's a great sign. We're 2 years in now. Almost 2 years officially in. It will be next episode. We'll be 2 years in. And you can definitely tell by the way our talent's been performing. It's 2 years of hard work, but we're finally getting there. Actually, no, it'd be 2 episodes from now, actually, is the episode 22. Oh, man, that's the 2-year anniversary mark. And so we'll catch you guys next time for the Navigation to the Future. Take care, everyone.